Live from New York, it's the Subway Series and the city's two most recognizable baseball faces. Aaron Judge leading the New York Yankees into Citi Field against Juan Soto and the New York Mets.
Throw out those records, throw out those standings. They do not. Tonight, the Subway Series is alive and well. The passion, the chants already, the players. It's going to be fun tonight, Weezy.
Clay Holmes facing his former team, the Yankees, for the first time. Boy, has he been good as a starter. The first Mets starter to go at least 5 innings with 2 runs allowed or fewer in each of his first 8 starts in a season.
Breaking ball in there, strike 3 called. Sweeper at the top of the zone, but here we go. Grisham's going to challenge.
Grisham had a clearer one that he could have won on the previous pitch. On this one, it is strike 3.
Just don't want to lose your first. The first batter of the ball game.
Ben Rice has pulverized the baseball to start the year.
Swung on and missed, strike 3. Change up away, and Clay Holmes has punched out the first 2.
That takes a little juice out of the at-bat. I don't think anybody lined up here today to see Aaron Judge get on base on catcher's interference.
You're looking away, and Clay Holmes has punched out the first 2.
That takes a little out of the at-bat. I don't think anybody lined up here today to see Aaron Judge get on base on catcher's interference.
Cody Bellinger looking to break out. His numbers on the road have not been real good. He's 2 for his last 20.
Bellinger pops it up on the infield. This is Bo Bichette near second base, and the shortstop puts it away to end the inning. Cam Schlittler has been unbelievably good.
Lowest American League ERA at 1.35.
Fastballs all around, whether it's the 4-seam, the 2-seam, or the cutter.
The Mets, as you know, have struggled against the fastball.
Swing and a miss. Yep, it was a fastball.
99.
Absolutely, 1 out. Guess what? He's just going to feed him tonight.
Now the Yankee fans still might feel a bit perturbed that Juan Soto went to the other borough. For the Mets fans, this is their man now.
Now the booing at Soto and the booing at people booing at Soto, kind of like you said with Judge.
Here comes a 3-2 pitch to Soto. He didn't check his swing. Soto's gone. A 1-2-3 first for Cam Schlittler with 2 strikeouts, both of them swinging.
Chisholm diving in head first is safe. The Yankees have their first hit of the game. It's an infield hit for Chisholm.
Here's McMahon. 196, 3 homers, 13 runs batted in.
And the pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. Holmes gets McMahon with a sinker, so 3 strikeouts for Holmes.
Decides not to go to second, flips back to the pitcher Holmes, who came over to cover the bag for the out. A 3-1 put out with Jazz Chisholm at second, 2 down.
And Anthony Volpe is the batter, made his season debut. The other day, finally back from that shoulder surgery he had in the offseason.
Breaking ball. And missed, strike 3. Went away with a sweeper. Volpe chases, side retired. 4 strikeouts for Holmes.
Schlittler not used to having long at bats against him. He has not even averaged 15 pitches per inning this year. Rare to see an at bat get up into this 8, 9, 10 pitch territory.
He's staying on that fastball, whether it be a cutting action or a sinker, but he's just hunting the velocity thus far.
Lines this one to shallow right, coming in for a Judge. It's a base hit. The Mets have their first of the game, and it's Brett Beatty with 2 outs here in the second. Here is Marcus Semien batting in the number 7 spot, the veteran Gold Glove winning second baseman. Check swing and a pitch up and in. He went around, strike 3. Schlittler ties up Semien, has his 4th strikeout. Still scoreless after 2.
And then brings up Ben Rice. Ben had an 8-pitch at bat that ended with a strikeout.
That's a strike that Rice wants to challenge. There was a challenge lost by the Yankees in the first inning with Grisham.
And it's a strike, so they're out of challenges.
Oh boy, it's the 3rd inning. I know that it worked with Judge when he got one and then he got a single, but there were runners on.
Here's a line drive base hit, but Ben Rice continues to strike the baseball. 105.8 off his bat for a 2-out single.
Opens the door for the captain, Aaron Judge here.
And Judge goes the other way for a base hit. Rice around second base has to hurry back. It's back-to-back singles for Rice and Judge, and the Yankees have 2 on with 2 out. That brings up Cody Bellinger, who's been a good RBI man to start the year. So far this year, he has not hit well away from Yankee Stadium. Bellinger reaches out and taps one to right. That's a base hit. Ben Rice heads home. Judge goes to 3rd. The Yankees are on the board first, and it's Cody Bellinger with a 2-out RBI double. Well, the way Cam Schlittler has looked early on, and the way he's looked most of this season, you wonder if 1 run might be enough, but certainly from the Mets standpoint, they don't want to give up these other 2, as the Yankees now have 2 in scoring position.
Swung on, hit hard. Past the diving first baseman Vientos. Judge scores. Here's Cody Bellinger. Jazz digging for second. He slides head first. He is in there. A 2-run double by Jazz Chisholm, and the Yankees have a 3-0 lead.
Clay Holmes has allowed 3 runs in a game for the first time this year. I don't think it caught any glove. 111 miles an hour. This was a rocket off the top of the foot. Ugh. Trying to get some feeling back in that foot as Jones is on. Holmes is good to go here after Jones singles off his foot, and now it's Volpe.
So right after getting hit with a comebacker, he walks Volpe on 4 pitches.
First 2 Yankees are on in this 4th inning. 6 of the last 7 Yankees that have reached safely since there were 2 out, nobody on in the 3rd. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Holmes comes back from that 2-0 deficit to strike out Wells, and a big first out in this inning.
It's about to be the 3rd time through the lineup, and Trent Grisham walks to home plate. Just missed high. Now Terens is going to challenge, and it is strike 3. It just came down on top of that line, and for the 2nd time tonight, Trent Grisham 0, ABS 2.
2 down, and the batter will be Rice. Here's a ground ball at 3rd, is smothered by a slide with Beatty firing it too late to 1st. Ben Rice legs out an infield hit, put it in a tough spot down the 3rd base line. And now the Yankees have them loaded with Aaron Judge coming up, and it's a pop-up to right center field. This will get Holmes out of the inning. Carson Bench is there, and Judge flies out with the bases loaded. The Yankees don't score. They still lead by 3.
Back at Citi Field, even though, yes, lots of boos for Juan Soto. It is 3-0 Yankees as Soto comes to the plate. The Mets left fielder got it, swinging. High cutter out of the zone, and Soto strikes out. And Jim Lee walks back toward the first base. Out with his arm behind his back above his belt, as if he felt something on that swing. Something to monitor.
That's not a good place to feel something.
It's a little bouncer off the bat of Vientos. Schlittler trying to field it. Off balance throw, and what a play.
Down in the heat.
Off
That's not a good place to feel something.
It's a little bouncer off the bat of Vientos. Schlittler trying to field it. Off balance.
It's not a good place to feel something.
It's a little bounce off the bat of Vientos. Schlittler trying to field it. Off balance.
It's not a good place to feel something.
It's a little bouncer off the bat of Vientos. Schlittler trying to field it. Off balance. throw, and what a play.
Down in the heat, concern from Wells and McMahon, but the big guy's okay. Wow, what a play by Cam Schlittler.
3-1 pitch, breaking ball high and outside, ball 4. So Holmes walks his second, comes with 1 out here in the 5th.
That's it for Clay Holmes, his shortest outing of the season. First time he doesn't make it through 5 as he gets lifted here in the 5th.
I made him work. He gets hit by a pitch, and we got bad news because he's got a fractured tibia. So he's going to be down for a long time. He said he was fine because he's got a fracture. I made him work.
Doesn't make it through 5 as he gets lifted here in the 5th.
I made him work. He gets hit by a pitch, and we got bad news because he's got a fractured tibia. So he's going to be down for a long time. He said he was fine. That's the crazy part, you know, that we went out, checked him out, threw a couple of pitches, was able to finish the inning, comes back in, and he didn't give me a chance. I was like, I'm good to go back out. And he goes back out there and send him for x-rays, and this is what we're dealing with now.
So it's a simple 3 unassisted to put out McMahon at first, and Chisholm goes to second on that ground ball out.
Now with 2 outs, Spencer Jones is the batter. A base hit off the foot of Holmes earlier. And he drives this one to right center field. That's a base hit. Chisholm heads for the plate. Spencer Jones has his second big league RBI. 2 hits today, and the Yankees take a 4-0 lead. All 4 Yankee runs have scored with 2 outs. Spencer Jones has 2 hits now in this game.
Cam Schlittler throwing a heck of a ball game through 4. He's got 5 strikeouts. Swing and a miss. Just totally blew it by him. Strikeout number 6 for Schlittler. 1 down, 5th inning.
And that'll bring up Brett Beatty, who has the only Mets hit. A single to right field in the 2nd.
Swing and a miss. He tried to check his swing and failed to do it. 7 strikeouts. Cam Schlittler. 2 outs here in the 5th inning. 1-2 from Schlittler. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. A.J. Ewing caught looking. Cam Schlittler, 8 strikeouts through 5. A commanding performance here at Citi Field.
Cam Schlittler has dominated so far tonight. If the Mets can get something going here with the top of the order due behind Luis Torrens. Mets have only had 1 hit, 1 walk in 5 innings. Not really threatened to score yet in this one. Soft ground ball here. Chisholm in front of it. And that's a quick inning for Schlittler. 1-2-3 in the 6th. Soto has struck out both times he's faced Schlittler tonight. Well, the last time we saw Soto swing, he kind of overextended his back a little bit and was clutching at it going back into the dugout. We have not seen him take a swing since then.
High drive, deep center. Grisham back toward the track, at the wall, gone.
That ball carried. Out. It's Juan Soto's 250th career home run. He's already halfway to 500.
Juan Soto goes deep to left. His 2nd home run in as many days, and the Mets are on the board. A little life in the bottom of the 7th, and he's the 2nd player to take Cam Schlittler deep in 2026.
So Schlittler walks Beatty with 2 outs, and Aaron Boone's going to make a change. So the Mets finally get to Schlittler a bit here in the 7th. Now the Mets will try to dig into the Yankee bullpen, trailing by 3. Fernando Cruz gets Simeon to tap one toward third. Tough play. McMahon, he'll have no play. It's an infield hit. And suddenly the Mets will bring the tying run to the plate. And he bounces that one in there, kicks away. Wells couldn't. Cruz had to go get it, and now the Mets have 2 men in scoring position. A base hit makes it a game here. The rookie Ewing, in just his first week in the big leagues, has a chance to draw the Mets closer here in the 7th. And Ewing lifts one to right center field, but Judge is over. He's there. He's got it. And the Mets settle for 1 here in the 7th.
So now Grisham, batting average has shrunk to $170.
Bouncing ball. It is grabbed by Simeon, spinning with a throw to first. Good play to end the inning by the Gold Glove winning Marcus Simeon.
Tough break right there. Nice play by the 35-year-old veteran infielder.
Fernando Cruz here in the bottom of the 8th against Luis Torrens. Ground ball is held onto by McMahon after a slide, and he throws out Torrens 1 away. Seen some good defense throughout the night. Simeon just made a great play in the last half inning. Now here another good play, nicely done by Ryan McMahon. Mets trying to get something going late here. He's just trying to set the table to give Soto a chance here in the bottom of the 8th. And Bichette is down on strikes. Fernando Cruz with a 1-2-3 inning leaves Soto in the on-deck circle.
Kimbrel in his 17th year in the big leagues. Wow. This will be game number 12 for him. He's got a big ERA at 6.10.
Ben Rice leads off here in the top of the 9th inning. 2 hits with a run scored. Ben Rice serves one out to right. Benj is back for it out near the wall. It is gone. Ben Rice has crushed another one. He takes Kimbrel deep for his 14th home run this year.
Talked about his hard hit rate. That baseball was shot out of a cannon lane.
There's a 5-1 Yankee lead, and what a blast by Ben Rice. Said it earlier, he has just pulverized the baseball this year. Here's Judge smacking one. Nice play. Bichette plants and throws. Stretched by Vientos. Judge is out.
Seeing that range, the athleticism, that ball found him, and really the arm strength to be able to plant his feet.
Thought he was going to play third base this year, but he's moved back to shortstop with Lindor out.
Double play, and just like that, 2 out, nobody on. Vientos grounds into the 4-6-3.
The Mets don't score again tonight. It'll be 13 times already this year they've scored either 1 run or no runs in a game. Hit hard to the right side and through. A base hit. Chisholm couldn't reach it with a dive. So the Mets stick around here. A 2-out single for Melendez.
Melendez goes to second on defensive indifference. Swinging a bouncing ball, right side, base hit, right field. Melendez hits third. He's coming home to score. Judge throws into second, and on at first with an RBI single is Brett Beatty. So the Yankees lead is now 5-2, and if Marcus Semien can find his way aboard, the Mets would be able to get the tying run to the plate.
And he lines it, caught by McMahon to win the ball game. The Yankees take game.
On the 7 train, head out to Queens. It is the Subway Series, the 30th season of the Subway Series. The New York Yankees, the New York Mets, inside Citi Field on a Saturday night. Aaron Judge and the Yanks taking on his old teammate Juan Soto and the New York Mets. David Peterson struggling mightily in the early innings in games, and so they've used an opener for him the last couple of games. This is Huáscar Brazoban. Last time he pitched against the Tigers on Wednesday, retired all 7 hitters that he's faced, a 2.14 ERA.
And here's Ben Rice standing in.
Even Aaron was telling us that it would have been hard to predict, even everything we loved and thought we saw coming, that this guy could be one of the top hitters in baseball. Pop up, foul ground, Luis Torrens to get Rice. Go from one slugger to another. The 3-time MVP, Aaron Judge. 11th season and as good as ever, leading the league with 16 home runs.
Swung on and missed, strike 3. Change up away, and Brazoban has his first strikeout.
Brazoban just delivered that pitch, got the strikeout, and looked at Luis Torrens almost to say, I wanted a changeup. I was waiting for you to hit changeup. Just trust me.
Here's Cody Bellinger, 270, 5 homers, 30 runs.
Waiting for you to hit changeup. Looked at Luis Torrens almost to say, I wanted a changeup. I was waiting for you to hit changeup. Just trust me.
Here's Cody Bellinger, 270, 5 homers, 30 runs batted in.
Swung on and missed, strike 3. The ball in the dirt, picked up by Torrens, tags Bellinger. That's strike 3. Side retired. 2 strikeouts for Brazoban, who gets the Yankees in order.
Second start for Carlos Rodon. We saw him last Sunday. The 4-3 loss to Milwaukee. Last year, 18-9, a 3.09 ERA. Made the All-Star team for the 3rd time. Great to have him back in the rotation. Some new names on this Met Ball Club, which comes in last place in the National League East at 18-26.
Benj grounds one along first, stabbed by Paul Goldschmidt, and he feeds Rodon for the first out. This guy right here, Bo Bichette, 2 for his last 29 without an extra base hit this month. There's going to be pressure anytime you come to a new team, especially when that team's in a market like this, but it's kind of snowballed on him. Left it over the plate, smacked into center. Grisham will run it down for out number 2. So up comes Juan Soto, who inspires a lot of emotion anytime his name is mentioned and announced, and even in this stadium.
Hit hard to the right side and on through. A base hit going into right field for Juan Soto. So he's now hit in 3 straight games, and the Mets have their first hit of the night.
Swing and a miss, top of the zone, struck him out. First strikeout for Rodon.
We go to the 2nd inning at Citi Field. David Peterson was throwing, but it will be Huáscar Brazoban to start. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Got him with a changeup. 1 man away. And here comes Carlos. With 2 of the next 3 hitters left-handed, he figures, okay, this is time to go out and get the lefty Peterson. So David Peterson will come in.
Chisholm rockets this ball to the right field corner, building off of his 3-hit game last night with a double here in the second. They were hoping that he would ride the wave of that 3-hit game, an emotional player.
All right, here's Ahmed Rosario.
That's what he does when he's right. Pounded into the ground, throws out Rosario. Up to third goes Chisholm. 2 out.
I have a runner at third, 2 down. Trent Grisham batting in a 7-hole tonight.
Bounces one left side and through to give the Yankees the lead. 2-out base hit from Trent Grisham, scoring Jazz Chisholm. 2 guys at the bottom of this Yankees lineup they would love to see get going, combining for their first run.
For the Yankees, a positive development to get Volpe on board. Wells will bat with first and second. The thing you do have to be concerned with is, despite the low batting average, Wells has power. In there, strike 3 called. He got him with a curve, and that retires the side. First strikeout for Peterson. Yankees score 1 run on 2 hits. Marcus Semien has seen lots of Rodon from their American League days.
Down quickly here, Rodon with his second K.
That's back-to-back swinging Ks for Rodon. 1 down, second inning.
Cracks this one in the air to left center field. Bellinger goes back on it and makes the grab. 2 out.
2-2 to Slater.
Fastball got him looking. Strike 3 called. Third strikeout for Rodon. He goes 1-2-3 here in the second.
So Judge is on with a 1-out hit. 1-0 Yankees. Cody Bellinger coming up. Strike 3 called. Dotted up the sinker on the outside corner at the knees. Nasty pitch from Peterson for his second strikeout. So it's a 2-out hit for Goldschmidt.
Yankees trying to do it again with 2 outs as they did last inning.
Runners at the corners for Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Peterson strikes him out with a curveball, and the Yankees strand 2. Strikes him out. 4 out of the last 5 hitters Rodon has retired via the strikeout.
Strike 3 called. Got him. 5th strikeout for Carlos Rodon. He wins that epic battle in 10 pitches. 2 down here in the third.
Bench rockets one out to right. Judge going back toward the track. It's over his head. 1 hops the fence. Bench cruising around first. He slides into second, feet first with a 2-base hit. So Bench left on left beats Rodon and lines it over Judge's head for a 2-out hit. The Mets have their first man in scoring position tonight. It's the tying man here in the bottom of the third.
Rodon kicks and deals the pitch. Took a little off and missed outside. He walked him. That's the first walk by Carlos. 2 outs, 2 on. That's a go-ahead run, and that's gonna bring up Juan Soto.
Yeah.
How careful can you be right here with Juan Soto? Can't pitch around him. You don't want to load the bases. Soto may get something to see here.
The bases are loaded with 3 straight 2-out base runners. And Rodon maybe getting near the end of the line here. 34 pitches in this inning.
Bases loaded. 1-0 Yankees. First pitch all the way to the backstop. Kicks high in the air. Bench coming in. He slides and scores. The flip home from Rodon gets away. But loaded. 1-0 Yankees. First pitch all the way to the backstop. Kicks high in the air. Bench coming in. He slides and scores. The flip home from Rodon gets away. Bichette comes in next and he scores. Soto goes to third, and on the most pinball-y play we've ever seen, the Mets scored 2 on a wild pitch. An error and take a 2-1 lead without even making contact.
Runners at third. Now, a runner at third, a 2-1 lead for the Mets.
Chopper to third. Rosario to first, and that's the inning. The 2-run score in an unconventional way. Rodon all over the place.
Wow, missed outside.
Really?
He pitched Slater like he was a 395 hitter. After 2 quick outs, boy, sometimes you just can't explain what you're looking at.
Jake Bird is back up and throwing. 2-1 Mets. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. So Rodon, the lefty, will face Beatty. Probably it right here. It's rocketed toward right. Judge back. This is over his head, up against the fence. Slater around third. He's heading home. Brett Beatty with an RBI double. 3-1 Mets in the bottom of the fourth inning. A left-on-left laser from Brett Beatty.
And that will end the night for Rodon. Takes him 88 pitches to get through 3 2/3.
So after a strikeout of Wells to begin the inning, Rice hit by a pitch, Judge walks, and now the dangerous Cody Bellinger.
And this is right in the teeth here of the Yankee lineup. Got to get this right.
2-2 pitch. Bellinger reaches out, slaps it up the middle to the shortstop. Bichette, he throws to first late. Bellinger with his speed beats it out, keeps the inning going. So they get the out at second, 2 away. Carlos Mendoza saying hang on. They want to take a look at his play at first. And they will play on.
So you got 2 outs now. Runners at the corners now for Paul Goldschmidt.
Peterson home with a 1-1. There it is through the right side. Base hit for Goldschmidt. Rice in to score 3-2.
Paul Goldschmidt does it again against left-hand pitching. Goldie 571 runners in scoring position coming into this game. Here's Jazz with a chance to tie or the lead. And these Yankee fans have just come alive. Big spot right here.
Got him with the high fastball. Yankees get a 2-out run though as Goldschmidt knocks in Rice.
Carson Bench continues his solid hitting, turns first and holds on with his second hit of the game.
Good lead at first for Benj, who's got good speed. He's not going. Bichette flips a fly ball. The backside of the infield, easy one for Chisholm.
The 3-1 to Soto is inside, ball 4. Missed badly with a fastball. That puts runners at first and second with 1 out for Vientos. Mets leading 3-2. Good speed at second. Benj, Soto at first. The 0-1 pulled hard towards third, fair ball. Past the diving Rosario, going all the way down the line and into the left field corner. Benj is in. Soto around third. He's coming home. He will score standing. And standing at second with a 2-run double is Mark Vientos. The Mets are leading by a score of 5-2.
And Judge with a leadoff double on a 1-0 pitch here in the 7th inning. 2-hit night for the captain, 2 for 3. That's his 8th double of the season. There's Bellinger. Yankees just 2 for 10 runners in scoring position.
Flies the first one to right center field. Benj drops the ball. Oh. No! Oh no, the Mets. Judge is in to score 5-3.
On a ball Benj just simply did not catch. It hit. His glove. I mean, it wasn't quite Luis Castillo, but the same kind of, oh boy, moment.
This inning right here feels like a snapshot of this season for the Mets, or the existence for a Mets fan. Anytime they think they got something going, oh, something like that happens. Doesn't help that it happens against these guys. If you're a Mets fan, you have to hear about it from your classmates on Monday, your coworkers. Tying one aboard and Chisholm up, bunts it in the air. It's going to nestle behind the mound and everybody's safe.
How did that just happen? Chisholm bunted in the air, Raley broke in thinking it was going to be on the ground, and it went right over his head and was soft enough to land on the grass behind the mound.
Carlos Mendoza has to feel like this is a nightmare that just will not end. His team has a 5-3 lead, but the bases are loaded for the Yankees with nobody out. Swings and misses, strike 3. Unable to put it in play. Weaver gets the K for the first out. Got him! The changeup makes it back-to-back Ks.
It's nearly impossible to get out of bases loaded, nobody out without giving anything up. And Weaver has put himself in the best place to get out of this.
Volpe grounds one to short. Bichette to second, and somehow the Mets get out of that. No further short. Bichette to second, and somehow the Mets get that with no further damage. An infield hit for Carson Benj, a 3-hit night.
And Benj is now jogging off the field. So it is a force out at second base, and Bichette is safe at first. It's another hit for Soto, and it's first and third for the Mets. And Soto's been on now all 4 times.
Well, it seems like whatever funk Juan was in on that road trip, he's figured something out because he has 7 hits now on the homestand.
Soto is at second base with his second steal. Second and third now, 1 out.
Vientos, one of the biggest swings of this game, a 2-run double on the 5th. Right now, the difference in this game. Pokes one to second. Chisholm will go to first. 6-3. Vientos knocks in his 3rd run as Bichette is in.
We go to the 9th inning. 6-3 Mets. Devin Williams, the former Yankee, in a season with the Mets, trying to get his. Against the Yankees. And for the Bronx Bombers, they'll have Bellinger, Goldschmidt, and Chisholm, 3, 4, and 5.
Down on a high fastball. Williams comes back from 3-1 to strike him out. 1 out in the 9th inning. Goldschmidt drilled the left center field, but it's going to hang in the yard. 2 gone in the 9th. And down to their last out are the Yankees. Here's Chisholm.
Hit hard toward first. Glove by Vientos. He takes it himself in time to win the ball game. Mets 6.
No LIRR, no problem. Throngs of folks making their way to Citi Field for a 3rd straight day as the Mets and the Yankees get together for a little barbecue. As the Mets play the rubber game of their 3-game Subway Series with the Yankees.
Freddie Peralta on the mound today for the Mets, pitching with 3.10 earned run average.
Can't talk about Freddie's year without talking about how well he's done with runners in scoring position.
If you're Freddie Peralta, this is the way you want to face Aaron Judge with the bases empty.
Take in, down low. Boy, that was close. I'm surprised they didn't challenge that one.
Here's Cody Bellinger. He's in a slump. 1 for his last 20. Not even close. Ball 4. So 2 straight 2 walks. 1st and 2nd for the Yankees. And here is Jazz Chisholm. Yesterday, the Yankees 3 for 15 with runners in scoring position. They left 11 runners on base.
Opposing hitters are 3 for 40 this year against Peralta with runners in scoring position. And he got him with the fastball upstairs. And Peralta negotiates the 1st inning around a couple of walks.
And here's Elmer Rodriguez. He's going to toe the slab here at Citi Field today on a Sunday.
He has not had great command in his 2 big league starts with 4 walks in each.
Here's Juan Soto, who was on base 4 times yesterday. It was the 97th time that Soto has reached base 4 times in a game. He pulls that one through the hole, and Soto just keeps on base. That's now 7 straight plate appearances he's been on since that home run on Friday night.
2 out, 1 on brings up Mark Vientos. Swing on and sent to right center field. It's sinking fast, sinking fast. Spencer Jones comes in and makes the catch. Spencer Jones with some really good giddy up. The closing speed.
Looked like it was in no man. But Jones reaches out, slides, hold on. We go to the 2nd.
So 2 out and nobody on. Now Anthony Volpe
hasn't gotten a hit yet, but he's been able to get on base via the base on balls.
And there's his 1st base hit of the season. And it's going to go all the way to the wall. Volpe going to 2nd. He's going to stop right there with a double.
Welcome to the 2026 season, Anthony Volpe with your 1st base hit.
Now J.C. Escarra getting the start behind the plate after Austin Wells started the first 2 games. And he flies one out to center. got a late start, but he's back there in plenty of time to make the catch.
Here's Ben Rice.
Rice started the day leading the American League in slugging percentage, third in extra base hits, second in runs scored. Really a breakout year for him.
Here's a drive deep to right center field. Rice got into this one. Carry, giddy up, gone! Home run, Ben Rice. It's 1-0 Yankees here in the third.
Well, you're really seeing a hitter just kind of come in. Own right here. It's not just the Aaron Judge show anymore. Ben Rice, after the bruised hand and the little stint on the bench, starting to turn it on again.
So for the second time already in this game, Peralta walks back-to-back hitters.
They continue to make Peralta throw pitches. Today, 23 in the first, 11 in the second, and 20 at this point through the third. Here's Ryan McMahon. He's now 0 for his last 20.
25th pitch of the inning now for Peralta. And a ground ball for Semien to handle. So Peralta gets around the walks, but the home run by Ben Rice puts the Yankees in front 1-0.
And Ewing is on with his 5th major league hit. So this is game 6. He's had 5 hits, a triple, a homer. He's knocked in 3.
No throw by Escara. And Ewing's got his second stolen base.
It brings up Bo Bichette, his second at bat. He grounded out the Volpe his first time.
Bichette has now gone 17 straight games, including today, without an extra base hit.
Swung on hit hard to Volpe, stays down, steps into the throw. It's on the money for out number 3. Nicely played.
Bichette retired, and he leaves a man in scoring position.
Jones struck out on 3 pitches his first time up, and a couple of hits in the opening game of the series. And a swing and a miss, got him with a slider. Second time Jones has been struck out.
Brings up Anthony Volpe, got his first hit of the season, a double to left center field.
Volpe strikes out swinging, got him with a heater. 4 strikeouts. For Peralta, who again would just love a 1-2-3 fourth here against the bottom of the lineup. Hit hard towards second base. Semien to his right, gobbles it up, snaps it across in time to complete Peralta's sought-after 1-2-3 inning.
Soto, with a base hit his first time up, has reached base safely 7 straight plate appearances.
Swing and a miss, struck him out on the backdoor breaking ball. Beautiful. First strikeout and a momentous one for Rodriguez, striking out Soto for the first out here in the 4th inning.
Bring up Mark Vientos.
Vientos finds the hole on the right side. He's got himself a base hit. 2 out now, Beatty.
Beatty with a big hit last night against Carlos Rodon. Knocked him out of the game.
Beatty lines one up the middle, and that's in for a base hit. Vientos pulls in at second, so Brett Beatty's now had a hit in 7 straight games, and the Mets have 2 on with 2 out. So a chance for Marcus Semien. He's done very well with runners in scoring position, 326 this year. And Marcus takes one the other way. That's going to be down for a base hit. In comes Vientos with the tying run. Beatty will be held at third. Semien slides in safely at second with an RBI double. And the Mets have tied the game. It's 1-1.
Semien has delivered all year in these situations, men in scoring position.
Outside, he walked him. Ewing with another strong showing. Now he's been on twice. That loads the bases.
Sanger tried to sacrifice his first time up and popped it up. Hayden had a much more successful minor league run at the plate this year. 6 home runs in 22 games for Syracuse.
Bouncing ball shortstop, charging Volpe on a run. Throws the first in time. Nicely done by Rodriguez to get out of bases loaded jam here with 2 outs. He gives up 1 run and strands 3.
Carson Bench hit with a fastball, and that gives the Mets a leadoff base runner, albeit a painful one.
Bichette now 0 for his last 14, and that's going to be all for Elmer Rodriguez with Soto coming up. Aaron Boone wants the lefty.
So the Yankees go to Ryan Yarbrough with a runner on first and 1 out, bringing the lefty to face the lefty Soto.
Swing and a dribbler stays fair, first base side. JC throws the first, the catcher to the first baseman Rice for the out.
That ball just barely rolled out of the batter's box. And Soto, who was upset with himself after striking out last time up against Rodriguez, goes after Yarbrough's first pitch and dribbles it maybe 4 feet up the first base line, and he's retired for the second out, but it does get benched to second. And so he's in scoring position with 2 out. For Mark Vientos, has been swinging the bat pretty well.
And Vientos lines one to left. That's down for a base hit. They're going to hold Benj at third as Bellinger gets it in quickly. So Vientos has his second hit of the day. And the Mets have runners at the corners. And we're going to get a pinch hitter. Tyrone Taylor is going to bat for MJ Melendez. So Taylor, who has struggled at the plate, gets the assignment against the left-hander.
Going on, hitting it, then a gap from right center field. Diving and tipped by Grisham. He made the catch. Trent Grisham saves the right there. Good jump, reached out, made the catch, rolled over, it came up showing that baseball. Brilliant play, and that'll do it for the Mets.
Back-to-back walks to start the 6th. That's 6 walks in 5 innings plus.
Comes Mendy. Carlos Mendoza up the dugout steps. And that's be it for Freddie Peralta in a 1-1 game.
Peralta out, Manaea in.
It's his first appearance in exactly a week.
Going to leave Ryan McMahon in to face him.
They may bunt, Gare.
Bunted. They thought about third. They take the out at first. Sacrifice successful.
Goldschmidt in a big situation. 2-2 ends up getting one off the toe, but it sets up Anthony Volpe for the same at bat. Now with bases loaded.
Volpe doubled in the second and struck out in the 4th. Big spot. Line drive. It's a base hit to left field. Bellinger scores. Here comes Chisholm. Here's the throw. Way off line. He'll score. Moving to third is Schumann. He's in there. A big 2-run single for Volpe. And the Yankees lead 3-1.
Anthony Volpe with his hit of the season, drives in 2, and the Yankees have a 3-1 lead.
And now Ahmed Rosario will bat for J.C. Escara as Aaron Boone goes for the throat here in the 6th.
Fly ball right field. Benj is there. Makes the catch. Tagging is Schumann. The throw is cut off. Volpe smartly goes to second. A sac fly for Rosario. And the Yankees lead 4-1.
Boy, they have really done some good stuff as far as situational hitting, base running. I mean, Anthony Volpe right there, knowing he's going to try to throw him out at home, ends up stealing second base.
And by Volpe moving to second now, another runner in scoring position as we go to the top of the lineup, and Trent Grisham.
And he pops one up on the left side. Bichette giving ground. Continues to backpedal, and he dropped the ball. And a run comes home.
Oh, my God.
Taylor never called him off. Bichette kept on backpedaling and could not make the catch. And it's 5-1 Yankees. Second straight day that the Mets have failed to catch a catchable pop-up. Yankees scoring 4 runs on only 1 hit.
Yep. I'd have to say that's a bad inning for the Mets.
Such a big inning, Coney, when you put up runs to go out there and shut the door and you know, get the Mets, don't give them any hope of coming back in the bottom of the 6th there.
Maybe the Yankees starting to send an invitation to the Mets that if you want to get back into this thing, we're okay with that.
Jake Bird in to pitch. Luis Torrens pinch hitting. 2 aboard with 1 out. He's been a great pinch hitter in his career. Lifetime .339 as a pinch hitter. And Torrens strokes one over the bag. That's a fair ball going down the line. Semien will score. Ewing being waved around third as Bellinger has trouble picking it up in the corner. Torrens at second base with a 2-run double. And the Mets are right back in it. It's 5-3.
Well, maybe Carlos Mendoza is trying to channel a little former Yankee edge. We saw it with Weaver last night and Williams last night. Well, remember Torrens, Mets picked him up from Yankees AAA, and so, well, bat him against the Yankees. How will he do? Well, he comes up huge.
So now the Mets get the tying run to bat with Carson Bench. Bench was hit by pitches last time up, otherwise 0 for 2. Quite a plate appearance for Bench, no matter how this finishes. Bird threw 15 pitches yesterday. He's already thrown 13 and not gotten an out.
And it'll be a payoff pitch to Bench.
Swing and a miss. Bird finally wins the battle. An 11-pitch battle.
It's a huge second out.
Here's Bichette.
0 for his last 14, 2 for his last 37.
Fly ball right center. And Grisham makes the play, so Bird gets out of further trouble. But the Mets close it to within 2.
Want to win this game and come back if you're the Mets. You need a 0 here from Sean. Got to have it.
Now Manaea puts himself in the soup, facing Volpe, who came up with the bases loaded in the 6th and delivered a base hit.
Big day for Anthony Volpe. Been through a lot of talk, the injuries, a couple of big hits today. That has to feel good for him after everything he's been through.
Runners go. 3-2. Way outside. Volpe walks. That'll force in a run. Bellinger touches home plate, and the Yankees lead 6-3. That's the 6th walk for Volpe since he came up.
Well, for a 3-2 pitch, I mean, you not even being close. That ball was in the other batter's box.
Now Austin Wells comes up for the first time, and Wells hits a comebacker. Manaea fields it and makes the play to end the inning, but the Yankees tack on a run on the bases loaded walk, and Manaea hearing it from the Citi Field crowd. 2 out and nobody on. That's 7 straight Mets have been retired since Torrens' 2-run double in the 6th. A.J. Ewing's been on base all 3 times today with a single and 2 walks. 3-2 coming, and he walks again. So Ewing is on base for the 4th straight time.
And so that brings up the number 9 hitter, Luis Torrens.
Luis has the biggest hit for the Mets in this game, a pinch hit double.
Center field. Grisham's there. And a scoreless inning for Fernando Cruz. Save situation for Bednar, who's 10 for 11 in these spots. Got a little sweaty in the Friday game. Not a safe situation. We got the requisite outs he needed.
Back-to-back singles by Benj and Bichette. And here comes Juan Soto, representing the potential tying run.
And has 2 hits and 4 career at-bats against Bednar, who walked him on Friday night.
Soto's had a lot of individual moments. He's had some highlights, certainly, in this Mets uniform. And I don't know if he's had the moment.
Grounded to first. Rice goes to second one. On to first. Soto beat it out. Beat out the double play. So moving to third is Benj. Soto reaches on the fielder's choice.
And now Mark Vientos, who has driven in 15 runs in his last 14 games.
Soto goes. Swing and a miss. Vientos down. Soto moves to second on the stolen base, and there's 2 away.
So now the Mets are down to their final out. Tyrone Taylor's been up twice in this game, hit 2 bullets, both of which were caught. One by Grisham, one by Schumann.
Taylor gets a first pitch breaking ball, hits it deep down the line toward the pole, and it's out of here! Out of here! Tyrone Taylor. The game with a 3-run homer. Tyrone Taylor tucks it just inside the foul pole, down the left field line. It's a 3-run homer. The Mets have tied it down to their left line. It's a 3-run. Homer. The Mets have tied it down to their last out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. It is 6-6 as Taylor delivers his 3rd home run of the year and one of the biggest swings of this season to point for the New York Mets.
Third home run of the year for Taylor, who had nothing to show for 2 hard-hit balls in his first 2 at-bats. Jumps on the first pitch he sees from Bednar and brings the house down with a 3-run game-tying home run. This is the Mets' 46th game of the year, already their 9th extra inning game. Williams got the save yesterday, looking to hold the fort in the 10th.
Isn't a lot of run in his last 8 appearances.
Max Schumann up for the second time. Mets look for the bunt. 7th pitch of the at-bat. And Schumann goes down on the changeup for the first out in the 10th.
Does not advance the runner.
Volpe has a single, a double, a walk. He's driven in 3 runs today. The runner takes off, and the pitch outside. McMahon steals third without a throw.
That's should never happen.
Now a walk to Volpe would set up the double play with Austin Wells on deck, a double play candidate. That's going to play the middle infielders halfway. McMahon at third, Volpe at first, 1 out. Wells at a comebacker is only at bat in this game. And he goes after the first one, grounds it to Vientos, to second for 1, back to first, double play, side retired. Mark Vientos starts the 3-6-3 double play to get Williams through the top of the 10th. And now the Mets will try to win it in the bottom with Semien the free runner and Ewing set to lead off. 6-6 going to the bottom of the 10th. Last year and this year combined, the Mets are 0-91 when they trail after 8 innings. Now the Mets will have Marcus Semien as the free runner at second with A.J. Ewing to lead off against the side-arming lefty Tim Hill.
Will Ewing be asked to bunt? We have not seen him square around yet.
He gets the bunt down, nicely done. Wells throws him out, but over to third base goes Semien. First professional sacrifice for A.J. Ewing, and it gets the winning run to third base.
So Terrence gets hit, and here comes Carson Benj.
Carson Benj, who already has a walk-off RBI on this homestand. He got the 9th inning rally started with a base hit to left center, and now looking to get the winning run home in the bottom of the 10th, and they're going to keep the 5-man infield. They're going to move Schumann to the right side of second base. Bench chops one. In comes Schumann. He runs into his own man, and the Mets win the ball game. Carson Benj with his second walk-off RBI of the homestand. Bench chops one. In comes Schumann. He runs into his own man. Win the ball game.
Vientos down. Soto moves.
Taylor's been up twice in this game, hit 2 bullets, both of which were caught. One by Grisham, one by Schumann. Taylor gets a first pitch breaking ball, hits it deep down the line toward the pole, and it's out of here! Out of here! They trailed after 8 for the first time in 2 years. A monumental victory for the Mets as they take for the first time in 2 years. A monumental victory for the Mets as they take 2 out of 3 from the Yankees.